clear. Just wanted to pop in for a moment, tap in with the fam. I know I've been in these internet streets pretty heavy lately. Let me know if you guys can hear me. I had a live set up actually, but I said, you know what? Let me take it outside for a moment, man. Let me get on outside. So in this live, there's nobody tapped in as of yet, but in this live, we're gonna do like a live Q&A. What up, CC? A live Q&A, man. If you guys want to ask me any questions, you're free to ask me any questions. You know, I do consultations, you know, about moving overseas full time. I've lived in Brazil, Colombia, Dominican Republic, currently in Thailand. It's my second go around at Thailand. What up, TLR? What's good? What's good? So I get a lot of questions. I get a lot of emails. Usually when I drop an email, like I say, if I drop an email and I want to collab um, on a stream or something, guys get the email and they'll, you know, message me questions and stuff like that, which is cool. And the funny thing is, man, I've been getting a lot of DMs on Instagram. You know, a lot of people just be asking me a lot of questions. And, you know, of course you'll get more from a consultation. Of course, you book a consultation. But at the same time, I do want to see, you know, I understand how, I want to say important, how serious it is for wanting to leave America right now with the current climate. So I'm always willing to, you know, help give out some information, you know. Guys, if you guys can hear me well in the chat, if the water isn't too loud, just hit one. Because if the water's too loud, I'll move away to another area. I'm actually going to end up walking to the store. I think my guy will go swimming in a minute. Okay, Kevin Johnson said we good. All right, cool, cool, cool. Said we good on that. So yeah, guys, let me know some of your questions. You know, if you have any questions about, the most common question I get is on what country. Like that's pretty much the main question. Because cats do a lot of research with the digital nomad. Then I get the next question is, what should my budget be? Like, what do I need to make monthly to be able to survive in said country? That's another common question that I get. Of course, about the ladies, you know, be a lot of dating questions. You know, these particular ladies like, you know, like certain type of guys and stuff like that. So he asked, "Are you buying a condo property?" For the last couple of years, I've been really researching on exactly where I want to invest at, whether it be Cartagena. So the big thing is, are you doing an income producing property, or you just want to live there? Because that's going to, you know, be the difference maker of where you decide to, you know, totally invest at. Somebody asked, how much is a condo property in Thailand? Well, it ranges. I've seen condos as low as about 60 grand all the way up to, you know, however much. But the lowest I've seen for a condo is about 60,000. But I'm pretty sure, because I'm bougie, so I really look, you know, towards certain, you know, Americanized condos. And most of these condos are nice, but you can find something cheaper than that for sure. Like if you don't mind a fixer upper, a lot of these Russians be doing like fixer uppers. Like they'll get them a villa. You know, I had this chick from Kazakhstan. Her and her mom actually purchased a villa. Either they purchased or they did a loan lease or something, and they just kind of remodeled it over time. But you know, they paid little or nothing for it. I wish the chats would stay up, man. Hey BMT, do you wish you join the military so you can travel for free? Um, you know what's so crazy, man? You know, being my stepdad was in the military, and I scored so high on the ASVAB, and I know a lot of military cats. I don't really regret being in the military at all, because I was always, you know, kind of doing my own thing. But yeah, I think I should suggest that for guys to, yeah, go to the military, man. That's a good thing. That's a good thing, especially coming from a lot of broken homes that we come from in our communities. I suggest going to the military. But do I regret it? No, not at all. how long it take you for your just living outside the States? How long did it take me to just my living outside the States? So I was traveling a lot before I left America. I was traveling like, I remember I went to DR about 9 times in 1 year, bro. So I was traveling a lot. And, I first moved to Medellin, Colombia. And it honestly didn't take me a long time to adjust. I mean, I'm just one of them type of people that, I just like to go. You know what I mean? I like to kind of explore, get on out there. And because it was like a cooler expat community already in Medellin, it was brothers and sisters already in Medellin. It just wasn't a big adjustment like that. You go by Sweet Georgia out there in Poblado. You meet other brothers. I mean, it's just not like it wasn't difficult at all. Really, it didn't take me that long. It never was a point where I said, "Oh, I want to go back to America." Never a point. Where are you? Sounds like my coworker. He's in DR in Colombia every other week. Yeah, man. Yeah. Just man, like I say, I don't like to criticize America too much, family, but I kind of felt like the culture just lost something in America. Maybe because of the inflation, maybe because of all the racism, the violence. We just kind of lost something, man. We just took a few steps back somehow. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about that live I did with Zoe in a moment. I'm letting for people come in the room. I'm about to get a nice windfall. I'm driving head first into the Airbnb game. Listen, the Airbnb game is good, but you gotta always keep in mind all the little regulations, you know, um, that you have to follow with the Airbnb, because the locals might get away with it, but you're not. You know what I'm saying? They actually arrested some people in Bangkok not too long ago for having Airbnbs, whatnot. So just keep that in mind. I would suggest. So I talked to Cardell about this, and I talked to a few other people. And shout out to my man Barber World. We discussed a little bit of this too. Um, I think DR is a good place to have Airbnbs, bro. You know what I'm saying? San Domingo, Santiago, because of the closeness of America, Sosua, Cabarete. Uh, you get that American dollar. I think DR is a good place. I think Cartagena is a good place. But the only thing about Colombia is they always kind of switching stuff up. They always changing things around. I had a really nice apartment in Medellin, Colombia, because it was taken down off Airbnb. The owner had to take it off. So I think it was like an incident where some guys had partied or something in the building, and in that particular building there was a politician or something. So they restricted the whole building from doing Airbnb just like that. So he had to take his income producing property off of Airbnb, and then had to rent it out to me basically, so he wouldn't lose any money. So he went from making money to very making, and he wasn't even capping a lot off the apartment like that. So all I'm saying is Airbnb is a good game, but just be mindful of all the little stipulations and regulations before you just go head first into it. Best place in Latin for digital nomads. Best place in Latin America for digital nomads. I've been hearing a lot of good things about Peru lately. Colombia is still a good place if you just be mindful of what goes on out there. You can kind of move correctly if you're just not out there like that. Yeah, I'm in Thailand right now, brother. Guys, is the water too loud? I'm about to start walking in a moment, but let me know if the water's too loud. What up, Jay Star? You got 54 in the room. That's what's up, man. Is Thailand better than the DR all around? Flat out, which would you choose to live if you had to pick one? I would pick Thailand. The thing about the DR, man, is it's a little expensive, like for the food. And I like to eat. So the food is a little expensive. The infrastructure isn't the greatest. Man, you will be paying $800-900 a month for an apartment in San Domingo, and the hallways would be lopsided. I just feel like the building was going to come down all the time in my apartment in San Domingo. And I was right on the Malecon in a nice area. But every time it storm, I feel like their building practices, they don't have no building code out there or something, bro. It's something about the way they build I just don't like. Like if I had to get a property in DR, I would try to build it myself, for real. And you see that what happened a few months ago with the building coming down and everything. So that's the only thing I would pick Thailand. But the thing is, if you're a digital nomad and you have to actually work, like say you work at some type of help desk or call center, you might be better off on that side of the world so you don't have to work that night shift. I actually got guys that won't come to Thailand because they got to work. They don't want to work that night shift online. So if the distance and the time zone isn't the issue, I would say Thailand would be your best bet. You know what I'm saying? Somebody said, how do you work around a visa situation in Thailand? Well, they got a lot of visas out here, but they got a lot of different visas. They got the education visa, they got the movie type visa, and you can do border runs. So if you plan on living out here, they got a new DTV visa too, like a 5-year visa. So I would suggest look up the visas, the different visas. A lot of people do border runs still. I think they're cracking down on that. Just get with like the visa offices and just see what your best options are. They always change the stuff, so I don't want to tell you something and then they change something. Like they always change it here in Thailand in concerns of the visa. That's like the biggest headache. It's the visa situation. Excuse me. Okay, what about Brazil? What are you asking about Brazil, bro? The infrastructure? Like, what are you asking about Brazil? Guys, is the water pump in the pool too loud, man? If it's too loud, I'll start walking. Okay. I don't know why the chat disappears. I wish I could switch that up. Maybe somebody can switch that up. I'm not seeing your questions. All right, here we go. I remember those DR days, Richie Mack, Drees, other Richie Mack. Yeah, I don't know what happened to him. Where's he at? Taylor Made, MAB. Oh, but to answer your question, B Wigs, I would choose Thailand, bro. So what about Brazil? What are you asking me about Brazil? Santo Domingo is the best city in DR, but prices are getting high because of the gringo pricing. We always get blamed for the pricing. Just came from the Punta Cana DR and prices are sky high. Yeah. And to me, and I love the Dominican Republic. I was just there for almost a year. I rock with DR. DR is cool. But you have a better experience if you speak really good Spanish well. And you just don't mind paying more so. Like, it's expensive in the Dominican Republic, bro. And you need a car. No, I have not been to, actually, me and my girl are supposed to be going to Malaysia soon. My next trip is going to be, I love Cambodia, man. So my next trip is going to be to Cambodia. Let's see. Where we at? Is Colombia for well-experienced travelers? Let's see. Man, you just gotta have some street awareness. You gotta have that in Colombia. You gotta have that. You gotta have some intuition, bro. It can. And I've had the best times in my life in Colombia, in Medellin. I had the best experiences in my life with Colombians, with Venezuelans. A lot of my friends are Venezuelan, you know what I'm saying? Close friends at that. They be wanting me to come to Venezuela. I said, I ain't ready to go to Venezuela just yet. But, man, you just got to be aware. Like, the thing about Colombia is you would generally have the best day ever in Colombia. The best day. You go out, you meet people, you go to a rooftop party, you enjoy, you go on a date with the most beautiful woman you ever dated in your life, and, nightlife is great. You wake up in the morning and you see a story about somebody getting drugged or robbed. You're just like, damn, I was just there. I was just out there. So the thing about Colombia is just do not make yourself an easy target, man. I remember me and who was that? Who was I with that day? I want to give them their credit. Was it my boy Mick? Who was I with that day? I don't know who I was with that day, man, but it was a guy walking through the park, a brother walking through the park, super drunk, sloppy. It was kind of like, walking through the park. And he had like a little rope on. And my boy kind of stopped him. He said, hey, bro, this ain't the place for that. You got to tighten up. First of all, take the chain off. Second of all, this ain't Miami, bro. This ain't, you know what I'm saying? It's not even Brazil. Like, you can't get away with walking around sloppy drunk because they will get your ass out here. And Buddy kind of shrugged it off. You know, brothers always going to shrug some bullshit. Not that bullshit. They always going to shrug a warning off because they got to play tough. But that's just not the place for that, man. You got to always be aware. Never get too drunk. Always be aware of your surroundings. Sit in that front seat of the taxi. Put your GPS on. Know where you're going exactly. If you got a cool driver that you're just cool with, I suggest that. If you're going to be out at night, I suggest getting a driver that speaks English, that people know in the circle, like my boy Juan, or my boy Mauricio, or my boy Hobson out there in Brazil. Like, you got to know these type of people, these guys, and be cool with them to say, hey, bro, I'm at the park. You know, I got you. Can you just scoop me up? And a lot of these guys be like, hey, man, I got you. And in some cases, man, Colombia's so cool, they be like, don't even worry about it, bro. I was out and about anyway. It's been so many times I tried to pay one, you know what I'm saying? And he just like, nah, we're just hanging out, bro. You ain't got to pay me, you know what I'm saying? Colombians are mad cool, and they don't like criminals. They don't like robbers and thieves and nothing like that. Don't get it twisted, because if you call out Ladrone, you'll have 10 Colombians coming over there to whoop their ass and help you. So just keep in mind, but a lot of people don't know that. That's the thing. You just got to be in the know. You got to know what to say. Ladrone. Point them out. Scream it out to the top of your lungs, and you'll get 20, 30 Colombians that damn near kill the dude, right? And give you your stuff back. But you just got to be aware, because a lot of cases these people just get robbed and they just going up to people asking for help, you know, and they don't even know how to say help in Spanish. Like it's a language barrier. You definitely got to be careful in Medellin, Colombia, but when I was there in 2016, it was way safer. It was safer during COVID when I was there too, bro. I'm good, Milano. What's the best way to find an apartment, or there like a website? Man, you know, Facebook is a good way, but it's a lot of scammers on Facebook. I always it depends on where I'm at, right? Because if I'm in Brazil, I know I have an agent that I can call that I trust, and she'll just put me on different apartments. I went apartment searching all the time in Brazil. I should have recorded it now I think about it. But I used to go apartment searching. Brazil infrastructure isn't the best, man. It's, you know, and if you buy Copacabana, just that water from the beach has everything humid and mildewy and mess up your clothes and stuff. That's why I used to stay in Barra da Tijuca. That was a little bit far off from it. I don't like being too close to the beach, man, because that mildew stickiness just gets all over you, no matter how many showers you take, right? And it's like in the air, so everything is kind of like aged and raggedy and, you know, smelly and stuff like that. So I would suggest, mate, the biggest thing about doing anything overseas is references, bro. Yes, Google is there. Yes, websites are there, but there are a lot of scammers in these spaces, and they particularly love to scam Americans because they feel like Americans are rich. So, and the police not gonna help you. So they target Americans for the most part. I know people that put down deposits in apartments in Medellin, and then they go move in. What the hell is that? Oh, that's somebody up there. They move in and they found out, they like, what, you know, who are you? And they're like, wait, we just put a deposit down. We're moving in today. They're like, nah, you didn't put a deposit down. You know, I'm the owner. So I've seen situations like that in Medellin. And I've heard about situations like that in the DR. DR, a lot of times they take your deposit. You put down like $1,000 deposit, and in DR, they be wanting 3 months, which is weird. So if your apartment is $500 a month, they be wanting like $1,500 to move in. Then they'll plan on giving it back. You know, I got my deposit back But I was kind of popular in that building. Like I had got cool with the staff. I had got cool with the owner, and I think that's why he kind of shot me my deposit back. And it was like it wasn't just like a random person that owned an apartment in the building. He actually owned the building. So I always kind of do things like that. Like I'm like, yo, if you don't get a reference, just be smart about it. Just be smart about it. Don't be just handing people money or sending people money like that. Yeah, T-Mac, deposits are illegal in Colombia if not furnished. If it's furnished, you can get a deposit. I remember one time my ass got set up on in an Airbnb apartment I had rented for like a couple of weeks in Cartagena. I just sat on the chair, and the chair crashed. Obviously, the chair was off. This happened to me twice actually in Colombia, so watch out for it. I just sat on the chair. You know what I'm saying? I ain't that goddamn big. I'm about 225. Sat on the chair broke, right? And I immediately told the Airbnb owner, I said, hey man, I sat in the chair that broke, and they tried to charge me like $200 for the chair. I'm like, man, you don't get the hell on with that. So we had a dispute on Airbnb, and Airbnb was like, nah, you're not getting people like that. Let's see if I can see some of these more comments. Salute BMT, how much do you miss Colombia? Keep it a buck. I be missing Colombia, bro. I be missing Colombia. I just be missing like the experiences, man, with the people. Like, I'm cool with a lot of Colombians. Colombians, South America, bro. Like South America, for the most part. And this is guys be killing me when they say anything that's, has a negative connotation towards black people or something. I'll be like, bro, South America is basically black and brown. It's just, you know what I'm saying? Like, they used to us. We cool. Yeah, you got your pockets of cities where, all black people, all black Colombians and stuff like that. And of course, there's prejudice there. But as far as walking around, vibing out with the people, bro, that's the best blend, I think. I think black Americans get along with Latinos more than Africans. That's going to be a little controversial what I just said, but just the vibe, the culture is very similar. And I'm not talking about, Mexico or nothing like that. I'm specifically talking about the Caribbean and South America. Because I've seen indigenous marry black Colombians, like, it's just a mixture out there. It's like a cultural melting pot. So you don't stand out like that. Typically speaking, they don't really mess with you. They just used to it, But I try to vibe out with some of the Africans here, man, and some of them cool, don't get me wrong, but I've heard some things that I just wasn't really cool with. Like, African chick said I didn't have a culture. An African dude said that black Americans are still slaves. Like, little shit like that. I just be like, man, I can't really vibe. I can't really rock with that, bro. I can't really rock with that. Dr. Umar has entered the chat. Man, y'all saw Dr. Umar's daughter. She crashing out, man. Y'all better stop listening to that fool, Dr. Umar. Some Africans are mad aggressive. They don't really rock with us, man. At least from my experience, and this is coming. Don't get me wrong, I got Nigerian homeboys, but they grew up in America. They never even been to Nigeria. But some of these cats, man, they just have this thing where they just, I don't know. I mean, we got to be honest about it. Not all. I know when you go to Africa, it's probably you'll get bad love. But as far as this Africans, bro, I was in Cambodia, and I got happy when I saw some brothers, because I was like, damn, I'm the only brother out here in Phnom Penh. I saw some brothers. I'm like, oh shit, there's some more brothers. I walk up to them, hey, what's up, bro? You know what I'm saying? What's good? And they just kind of ignored me, bro. They just kind of like, yeah, from Cameroon, like, yeah. And just kept it moving on me. I don't know. I'm just keeping it. That's happened to me several times. I remember one time I had walked up to a chick from Madagascar, and her sister just mugged the shit out of me. She was like, and I'm sitting here like, damn, like, what's that about? Hey, y'all will experience it yourself. Don't take my word for it. Come out here to Thailand and see how you interact with other Africans. You know what I'm saying? once you go to home, once you go to their homeland, you will see how influential we are over there. We almost got 100 in the room, guys. Do me a favor, make sure you hit that like button. Yeah, we just a live Q&A, man. Just tapping in with the family. Doing a live Q&A. Like I said, I've been getting so many questions on Instagram. Like every time I post on Instagram, either it's somebody I went to school with, went to college with, somebody I used to work with. Every time, that's why I don't post on Instagram and Facebook that much, because they be hitting you with the inbox. Man, you still over in Thailand? How long you been over Thailand? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's this? What's that? How much this cost? You know, how long is that? You know, are you in Colombia now? Yeah, like always asking questions. So I said, you know what? Let me go live and just do a Q&A just to answer some basic questions. So I know you guys got them, right? I get emails, questions. You know what? I'm gonna actually do a Passport Bros confession. I'm gonna drop this video. It'll be tomorrow morning, your guys' time. I got an email about 3 months ago. It was so much, it was just like paragraphs, right? I'm like, man, I ain't reading this. I'm like, who sent me this? I ain't read this. So I get a call, what was that? Wednesday night, Tuesday night? I get a call at like 2, 3 in the morning my time. So I'm thinking like, this might be somebody from the States. I say hello. And he's like, what up, BMT, man? I forgot I had your number, bro. What's good with you? And I'm like, who is this, bro? And he was like, yeah, we met in the Hooters. And he said, I sent you an email, man. He was like, bro, I think it would be cool for your channel because Passport Bros be going through certain situations. You know, these little unique situations that I think people would want to hear about. So, you know, he told me what happened over the phone because I didn't read. I'll be honest with you, I didn't read. The email was just too long, bro. He just wrote I didn't know you can write that much in that email, but he wrote paragraphs and paragraphs about a funny experience he had in Medellin, Colombia. And the funny thing was, I was actually there when he met this particular girl because she worked in Hooters. And I remember him specifically saying that, hey, hands off BMT. You know, I already got deals on this one. I remember him saying that to me. And I was like, man, this is Hooters. But it was fun. Like, it wasn't like nothing serious. I was like, oh, okay. I got you. You got her number already. That's cool. But when he told me what happened, it was hilarious, bro, with the girl. He didn't get drugged or scope or nothing. He just got finessed. But I'm going to drop that video in the morning for you guys because it is a funny-ass story, you know? But let me see what other comments you have. We're going to start walking in a minute, man. Which country has the strongest expat community for black men? Thailand. I would say Thailand. Name the top 3 countries for a newbie traveler. Safety, good inflation, good infrastructure, business networking, and good nightlife. And the top 3 countries for a newbie traveler? I think Thailand might be a little too far for a newbie. That's the whole reset. I mean, you 12 hours ahead. You know, DR is good. Colombia is good. I'm hearing Peru is good. I haven't been to Peru, but I'm hearing Peru is good too. Man, you know what, man? I get asked that question all the time about the Philippines. It's only a 3-hour flight. I need to pull up in the Philippines for a moment. What's the best way to navigate the app? Just download the app, bro, and just, you know, it's built similar to Facebook. BMT, when you gonna drop new Passport Bros merch? I think I have most of it, but best merch I've bought on YouTube. Man, appreciate that, Kevin Rones. I appreciate that. You know what's funny? And we're gonna drop some new merch soon too. But you know what's funny, bro? I had a guy on Facebook. You know, he was basically dissing me. And I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, bro, you got like 4 or 5 BMT shirts. You know? He's like, yeah, man, but this, that, and the other, and this, that. And I'm just like, okay, bro, like, it's all good. I know we in these YouTube streets. I know how it is. For some reason, I be having travel beefs. The best online job to have while traveling. My IT guys can answer that question. There's a lot of IT guys in this space. I think they do like help desk or cybersecurity. That's a good one. It's a lot of online jobs, man. We got like a 300 jobs list. It's a lot of companies that need English speakers, bro. They actually need English speakers. So, Yeah, I think Apple was hiring. Who don't know? American Express was hiring heavy at one point. That was it. Was actually guys getting the American Express job. Um, it was a few guys that got it from the 300 jobs list that we emailed out in our email. That's also on the Passport Bros app. And we update that list too. Um, what we're gonna start doing is having like the jobs with the most potential probably at the top of the list because it's 300. It's a lot to scan through. But a lot of these companies are hiring, bro. You know, for just help desks and stuff like that. Is Mexico safe to travel as a black man if you have been? I have not been to Mexico. You know, can you still try a big travel challenge 25? Yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah, yeah, you can definitely try a new channel. I think it's I think there's always room for YouTube, bro. People like to see experiences overseas. People like to see your personality. People like to see your interactions with people, all that good stuff. Hello. BMT, what is the best to do? What is best to do with a bachelor's degree overseas? What's the best to do with a bachelor's degree? It depends on what the bachelor's degree is. But you know, in most of these countries, you really can't work. You gotta work online because you can't take a job away from the locals. I remember my dude that owned a bar. You can own stuff too, though. You can own, businesses. I think Thailand here is a little, the 51% partner thing. But I remember one of my guys that owned a rooftop bar in Medellin had touched a broom or something. He had touched a broom, and somebody actually reported him. There wasn't nobody even in the bar, but I don't know if one of the employees, but he got in trouble for just picking up a broom. So you have to be mindful of that. I think the biggest thing is, man, trying to find that online job that might pay like 20, 30, 40K. Bro, in Thailand, do all the women look alike as far as body type? I love thick women myself. Let's go walk, man. I think you about to put some chlorine in the pool. Hold on. Yeah, let's walk. Let's walk to the store. Asia has different body types, bro. It's a lot of people out here. They have different body types. But that question gets asked a lot. I guess the thickest women are going to be here in Thailand. And people have told me that's been all over Asia. Japanese got some thick ones too, though. Japan. It's strange because, my girlfriend asked me, she said, why do black guys like fat women? And I'm just like, because they're not fat to us. We like the biggest, I think, black Americans are like the biggest men on the planet, biggest group of people on the planet as far as physically, besides maybe some little offset tribes somewhere. We like the biggest group, so we're big dudes. We like thick women, that's what it is. I seen a thick Asian girl, I don't know where she was from, but I seen her walking yesterday. She was like, damn, you thick. No, wait, can I leave? I live in Japan. Don't sleep on Japan thing. Yeah, that's what I said, Japan. You almost got 100 in the room. Guys, do me a favor, make sure you hit that like button for your boy. Let's see. Some of those Samoans be huge. I think the best looking women in the world are going to be in North America, the Caribbean, and South America. I think as far as Africa and Asia, besides maybe, the Ethiopian women, the Eritreans and all that, maybe some Kenyans, South Africa, of course. But the biggest concentration of beautiful women is going to be Latin America. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Yeah, well, yeah. North America too. Like when I went back to the States, man, the women in Atlanta be looking good, bro. You know, they be looking good. Said facts. Pacific Islanders. What up, BMT? Why aren't you watching the almighty Knicks? It's the man, damn them Knicks. I told you I like the Knicks. I can't stand them damn Knicks. I hear I even got Knicks fans in my family from New York. You know what I'm saying? New York came down and took all our little Southern Bells. You're welcome, New York. Yeah, I didn't like the Knicks ever since, what's that dude that hit that 4-point shot on the Indiana Pacers, man? A real basketball team. Who was that? Who hit that 4-point shot, bro? Who was that, man? I was mad as hell. Messed up a parlay. Or my dad's parlay. Larry Johnson. Yeah, Larry Johnson hit that 4-point shot, man. Yeah, LJ. I'm glad you included North America too, because women in their 20s and 30s be looking good. Yeah, women. Yeah, I mean, I ain't gonna take that away from them. We never said it was anything wrong with how they look, even though it's weave. It's a lot of weave, but it's a lot of weave in DR too, bro. They be weaving it up in the Dominican Republic like a motherfucker, boy. You want to make some money, sell weave in the DR, that's for sure. All right. Where we at? American women got too many tattoos. Yeah, what's up with all that tattoo shit, man? I got a homeboy that liked tattoos. I said, man, that shit weird as hell. Actually, the tattoos on certain women look good. I'm gonna say that. You know what I'm saying? But some of them, I don't know what it is in America about women getting the whole sleeve. That shit is masculine as fuck. Who the fuck wants to look at a woman with a sleeve of tattoos? That shit is terrible. I think Colombian women go crazy. With tattoos. Yeah. That's true too. I want to shout out to my man with the $5 super chat, the first super chat. I want to move to Suriname. How could I purchase land there? I'm not sure, bro. I wouldn't take my word for it. So, you got to do your research on that yourself, brother. American black women, North and South, are the best looking black women when they come from good homes. American black women, North and South. North and South. Oh, it's North and South America. North and South America, right? You mean North and South America or North, South of America? Hey, I'm going to tell you, bro. I'm going to be honest with you. If you say North or South America, man, you would be right. I've seen some of the most beautiful women ever, Afro in Colombia, bro. I mean, they be looking like angels, for real. But I've also seen beautiful women in Atlanta, too. I want to say, man, Colombia and Venezuela, man, it's up there, bro. Especially Venezuela. Venezuela might got the best, low key, Venezuela might have the best women. That's on the low, though. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Because a lot of Venezuelan women are mixed. And they can cook. They can cook way better than Colombian women. Let me see if I can see some of y'all in the chat. Why has no one gone to Madagascar? Man, I met a couple of Madagascar women here. Some of them be funny style, bro. They be looking nice, though. I think the African women here be going for the white guys. In the U.S., bro, ain't nothing messing with South America, bro. It's nothing. As far as I know, most brothers like that exotic looking, racially ambiguous women. That's why I say ain't nothing messing with South America. Just as far as like, cause you got beautiful women here for sure in Asia. You got beautiful women all over the world, but just that 8 out of 10 of the women is going to be South America, bro, for sure. But this way, women have that extra pride. They can be cool, but they will walk off a cliff instead of taking responsibility. Hey, the best women I met were pretty laid back, bro. They just don't want you to cheat on them. But we talking in generalization, like. You and Zoe had a good debate last night and kept it respectful of each other. Yeah, me and Zoe have disagreed on that for a long time, bro. That's nothing new, you know. And he discredited me, a little bit there, but it is what it is. Still respect. Well, I see Zoe still a handshake. And I'm gonna tell you, when you know somebody somewhat, a real one. I ain't gonna say somewhat of a real one. When I got into that little scuffle, you know what I'm saying, when I had to put Buddy on the ground, Zoe, still make sure ain't nobody jump in or nothing like that. So I gotta give him respect when it comes like that. That's how you know. Because you got some cats, you get into it with somebody, they get the hell on your ass. So he a real one when it comes to that. He ain't let nobody jump in or anything like that. So that's why, I'm always going to respect Zoe, but we're going to have a difference of opinion, But fellas, we can have a difference of opinion and don't have to just be, totally nasty about it. It's okay to not agree on everything. If somebody agrees with you on everything, man, something's wrong. If you got a bunch of yes men around, you ain't gonna grow, bro. I tell dudes keep it real with me. Keep it a buck. I should tell my crew back in the day, hey, if I'm moving sideways, let me know. If I'm drinking too much, partying too much, let me know, bro. Like, there ain't nothing wrong with pulling somebody to the side and saying, hey, bro, might want to take a look at this. What y'all talking about in the chat? Zoe makes good points, but his problem is that he panders to American women. Zoe, Zoe is just doing Zoe. That's the thing. He speaks in absolutes. You know what I'm saying? There are no absolutes, especially when it comes to women. There are no absolutes. Don't take it personal to agree and disagree and move on. Yeah, exactly. We outside, man. We just walking, getting some steps in. Just got to move past. Look, you get chicken there. Can I show the chicken? Yeah, there's some chicken right there, fella. What y'all think? How much for?
10 baht.
10 baht? Get a piece of chicken out here. It's barbecue right here?
Yes, barbecue.
Okay, yeah, I'll just get one.
I want?
Yeah, one. Yeah, get a good old chicken, fellas. 10 baht, what's that like? It's not much.
One.
Yeah, that's fine, right here. I can give you right there. Thank you. Okay.
Oh,
you know what? You good. You can keep it. Yeah, you're welcome. All right, what we got in the track? I get a little morning snack real quick. You pass a thick woman with that dog BMT, you lose a chance to get that happiness. Man, I'm in a relationship, bro. Let's see where we at. And that's why we hit the gym. I thought I was walking by the Muay Thai gym. I guess I went down the wrong road. I was walking try. So, is that it? I think it's the Muay Thai gym right here. Okay. So at my gym, they be doing like, boxing and Muay Thai. And I started kind of go over there and, you know, chop it up with them. I think I'm gonna do Muay Thai, man, Muay Thai visa. That's a dangerous sport. Your passport, bro, app is what really made me travel to the Philippines and get off the couch. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to my man, MF Doom. Man, we got a lot of activity in that app now, bro. Let me ask y'all this. This is a good time. Somebody said I'm gonna get sick. As long as it's not seafood, I'll be all right. But here's a little undercooked, though. As soon as you said that, it's a little undercooked. All right. What do y'all think about women joining the app, man? Because we've been getting a lot of foreign women on the app. We actually got quite a bit of foreign women on the Passport Bros app. So let me know. Let me ask the chat what y'all think about that. All right. I know you guys want a pretty much a male space. Here's the Muay Thai gym. They be having boxing matches out here too, fellas. The Muay Thai gym. So that's dope. Let's see the next matches. I think it's like 1,000 baht. I think it was like 1,000 baht. The women. Yeah, it's foreign women on the app, bro. I'll tell you that right now. They be downloaded. We're probably gonna do like a paywall, like an entry fee. That'll stop a lot of guys. There's a little Muay Thai gym right there. No women, bro. Passport Bro app is a male safe space. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna push them to the co-ed. Not push them, but we're gonna my developer's already working on it. He's just gonna put them in phone them to the co-ed groups. We got some co-ed groups on there. So no worries, man. We're going, like I said, we got some co-ed groups on the app, some private co-ed groups at that. We got one, I think it's Asian women, black men or something like that. That shit kind of off the chain. See what y'all saying in the chat. Chat just be disappearing like that. I'm trying to catch y'all comments in the chat disappear. I don't know why YouTube has that feature. Damn, super thick. Super thick. Messing on sex with other women. You know, that was a big debate amongst the original group, bro. The original Facebook group. Men were trying to get into it. And we had a whole debate about that. I thought it was okay, but apparently the majority of votes was against it. I'm just telling you they joining the app. I didn't say there's no benefit, but like I said, we're gonna put them in the co-ed groups. Did you get the question about the 1-year visa for Thailand? Can you get one? If so, how much? They got one for like $1,300, $1,200, I think. That's the Muay Thai one. If you get an education visa, and let's say they might quiz you on some words if you get an education visa. So if you get the education visa, you got to go. Because they changing all that, getting education visas and Muay Thai visas, and you're not going, you know. And visas are tricky here, bro. You gotta make sure you get the right one, and you gotta make sure you know all the rules. Said Muay Thai was fire. Somebody said try women $100 a month, so they want to infiltrate and be nosy. That's funny. That's funny. All right, let me know your questions, fam. We got 108 in the room. Do me a favor, hit that like button for your boy. We in here. What is your goal? Do you intend on settling down in one of these countries? Man, you know what? Yeah, I'm settling down in Southeast Asia. Southeast Asia is a vibe, bro. Especially if you don't have to work. Because I do be having guys that be like, we might be vibing out, and then all of a sudden they got to get up and go to work. That's kind of, I mean, to each his own. But if you don't got to, if you retired or you ex-military or IT, work your own schedule, yeah, Southeast Asia is a vibe, bro. It's a vibe out here for sure. And it's safe. If Medellin can get that safety down, like if they actually police, bro, they'd be one of the best cities in the world. It'd be one of the best cities in the world, hands down. In the app, only leggy on Android phones. And can you tell Afro Feature Dude to stop scamming videos on the app? It's not laggy on neither one of the phones. That might be internet because we pretty much got some high speed shit. So that might be but it's not lagging. I haven't heard that it's lagging from anybody. All right. Somebody said, all for kids says, y'all don't have no love for a passport, sis? Yeah, I got love for everybody, man. Motorcycle. You vibing out early in the morning. Yeah, we got love for everybody. I just be wanting my passport sisters to be safe, man. I know it might come off like, brothers is hating on y'all, but y'all travel experience is going to be different. You know what I'm saying? Just travel to safe countries, I guess. I think the best option for women is always going to be American men. You know what I'm saying? Personally. What's up with the chat? What costs you the most when you travel? It depends, man. I would say in some cases going out, I don't go out that much, but some people is going out rent. If you like one of them high rent areas. They just built this right here. This is like $800 a month for the most part. Oh, this is a nice restaurant right here too, by the way, guys. Cajun. My guy that owns this, he's actually from Louisiana. His gumbo is cool. His gumbo is alright. It ain't like the that gumbo, but it's straight. It's about as good as they can get it. You ain't gonna get no real gumbo unless you in somebody's yard somewhere, and either Georgia or Louisiana. All right. Yeah. Now, if you're asking about as far as the most cost, it's going to be. It could be your airfare, or it could be your hotels, your Airbnbs. What I used to do, And when I was traveling a lot, what I used to do is I used to have all that stuff paid up months in advance. I'm actually a freestyle dancer in Japan. I was debating, should I post my videos on the Passport Bros app? You guys would get to see the music and dance culture in Japan. Yeah, post it, bro. So I said, no hate for the Passport Bros, sis. Their asses in Greece. Salute to a fellow Louisiana native. I'm not from Louisiana. I'm from Georgia. I'm not from Louisiana. But I do like y'all food, that's for sure. You know what I'm gonna get me? I'm gonna get me let me see if they open. It's so early. Let's see if the smoothie spot is open. Or the juice spot rather. I think it is open. Yeah, they open. Oh, cool. Yeah, let's get our health is wealth on today, fellas. Let's see what we got here. Some fresh juices. Hello. It's open early. Open every day? Okay. I think I'm gonna get. Which one should I get first? What's the healthiest one? About live. What y'all think? No way. Let me sit over here. I don't want nobody trying to. I guess they really don't do snatch and runs here, but still. All right, let's get some questions answered. All right. What up, D-May? D-May, we ate here before, bro. You know exactly where it's at. We got smoothies here before, bro. Shout out to my man D-May. John Willis says they actually have some African Americans. I have no idea why this shit keep disappearing off the screen. It's annoying as hell. Throughout Japan, and they have soul food restaurants, some of the best I've tasted in my life, and I'm from Houston. I can see that. You know what? I did feel safe living in the DR. I did. You know the thing that got me about the DR though, that was kind of just really awkward, was like I might hop in an Uber or something, or I might just be hanging out, and it was like, you know, people might look at me or they sit there and ask me, they like, kind of like, where you from? Like, you Haitian or Dominican? Because I have that right in between look. And I remember I was with a little chick one day, you know, that lived in my building, and you know, she was swearing me down that I was like, I don't look Haitian. I'm like, what is that supposed to mean? She was like, no, you don't. You look Dominican. You don't look Haitian. You look Dominican. You look Dominican. And she was so adamant about it. Even when we went out, she would say little things about the Haitians and stuff. And it was awkward to me. You know what I'm saying? I mean, she was high yellow, light skinned, but I just thought that shit was, whatever beef they got, that shit is real. You know what I'm saying? They really be wanting to know kind of like, you know, who are you? What are you? Of course, being a Black American, that really don't apply to you. But still, it's just weird. My bad. I had got a phone call, fellas. My bad about that. We good on the audio now? Yeah, about the watermelon smoothie. Okay, so I guess, damn, I said a little ginger. You know, let me look this way, that way. You guys can see some background. All right, that's better. Doge wireless. Nah, I got a phone call, man. What up, Dollar Wheel? What up, Dollar Wheel? What's good with you, bro? Dollar Wheel was one of the first ones in the space to get us on them stocks. I remember you back in the day. My man, Dollar Wheel in the building. All right, let's ask some questions, man. I'm gonna get out of here in a minute. I've been rocking with y'all for about a little bit more than an hour. Yeah, sorry, but I guess they cut the sound. So you're gonna be in Thailand for another year and a half. All right, so you guys ain't got no questions. BMT, I hear stories about travelers going broke when traveling. How do you know when it's time to leave or go broke? Yeah, see, I don't really hear a lot of those stories like that, man. Most of the guys I rock with are either IT guys. You know what? It is a guy on YouTube that went down bad in Brazil. I should just put it out there too. Like, make the content. People want to see your life, your ups and downs. Let me see. Some guys just in it to win it. Some guys be like, damn, I mean, I know guys that got $100 apartment in Colombia and just said, the hell with it, I ain't going back to the States. Somewhat of a mindset, you know, especially when you're a man, it's somewhat of a mindset. But generally speaking, man, have some savings and have some income coming in. That's the biggest thing, because you can't really work in these countries. So just have some income coming in. Yeah, they are. There is a group on the app. I forgot the name of the group that does talk about stocks. What's the best food you had out there so far, homie? Thai food is the best food to me. My favorite food in the world is Jamaican food, though. Like Jamaican food, Haitian food, that, you know, that Caribbean food. That's my favorite food. But besides that, I love Thai food. I haven't been to Japan yet, bro. I like Southeast Asia, man. Yeah, oxtails and yellow rice all day. You know it. I love Japan. I could live there again, but they are strict on the types of medications that I can use. Okay. All right, guys, we don't got no more questions, so we're going to tap on out. But we're going to go live. Maybe we're going to do our Sunday rundown. And I got a vlog. Not vlog, I'm sorry. I got a Password Bro confession. Look, stay tuned for that. It's a super funny story, bro. So stay tuned with that. I'm going to drop that in the morning, guys' time. All right? Peace.